It's my understanding from what you all have submitted to this court, y'all believe that he got injuries from being a tree trimmer and that it's not your fault, although it happened on your property.
Correct.
Exactly.
But this is his fault.
It is his fault.
It's his job.
All right. So, folks, I've reviewed the documents that you've submitted to this court. Now, let's get into the legal sauce. Now, Mr. Griffin, my understanding is that you're a tree trimmer, right?
That's accurate.
Tell me what that entails.
Well, first, let me give you a little bit of backstory. I served in the military for 6 years.
And thank you for your service.
Absolutely, it was my pleasure. Got out in 2004. I've been a gardener for about 9 years. I really enjoy it because, you know, beautifying somebody's lawn, bringing them joy and something like that, that's just things that I really feel rewarded for.
Is it fair to say you know what you're doing as a gardener?
I would like to think so after 9 years, sir.
Okay. Now, you've done some work for the Carters before?
I have. For about 5 years, I've been doing work on and off. My cousin Dwayne here, he helps me out whenever we're doing any area work or any bigger jobs.
Okay, what were you supposed to do?
What was I supposed to do? I was basically supposed to go up this tree, trim it down for a party that they have coming up. And yeah, that's when I got attacked by Splinter and his two cousins.
Now, you've trimmed trees before, right?
Absolutely.
You've trimmed tall trees before.
I have.
So this wasn't a new task for you?
No.
Mr. and Mrs. Carter, this incident happened on your property, didn't it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you all were planning a party of some sort. Tell me about that.
So I've been an investment banker for about 20 years.
Yes, sir.
I retired early because I wasn't spending enough time at my lovely life or a beautiful property. We're about to celebrate our 20th anniversary. And
congratulations.
Thank you, appreciate that. And she really wanted things perfect. And I said, you know what, money's no object. You do what you need to do to get this place up right.
We've had Scott come over many times. He's worked 5 years for us and he's always done a professional job.
Now, this is your property, right?
Yes.
Y'all have done pretty well for yourself.
Yeah, we feel like we have.
This was going to be a big soiree, huh?
It
yes,
sure was.
75 people.
So, Mr. Griffin, you understand what you were supposed to do as to
Absolutely, Your
trimming
Honor.
the trees, right?
I've done it before for him. I've done it before for other properties.
Tell me how you got hurt as a tree trimmer.
All right, well, we got started setting up. Every time we do a setup, we always go through preventive maintenance.
What's that entail, the preventive
Basically, we inspect all of the mechanical components. We inspect all the ropes for frays, tears, or anything like that. We check our harnesses.
And how'd you fall?
We'll
I'll
get to that.
that.
We'll get to that. Thank you, sir. Go ahead.
Anyhow, he's responsible for setting the top and the lower portions of the mechanism.
And your cousin was there with you that day?
That's accurate.
Okay.
So he sets it up, I put on the harness, shimmy up there. I'm starting to do, remove these leaves with the chainsaw that I have. It's just a little small chainsaw.
So you got a little chainsaw.
Little bitty one. Yeah.
And what are you pulling off? Are they branches? What are they?
It's basically the palm leaves. I climb up there, I start pulling back some of the brush that's up in there, and next thing you know, I've got this swarm of rats that start coming at me because I guess I started, messing with their nest or whatever the heck it was.
They came out of the tree?
Yeah, they started flying at me, started clawing me.
Oh, man.
All kinds of other crap.
That gets, snakes and rats are my thing.
Well, yeah, so
makes my skin crawl.
Nothing prepares you for nutri-rats coming at your face.
Now, Mr. Griffin, you actually submitted a video to this court of the actual rat encounter.
That's accurate.
Let's take a look at it. You are there and trying to pull away.
Right, I am pulling away some of the brush, like I mentioned before.
Now, what's that?
That is actually one of the rats. There's one right there. Okay. So that rat comes over, and that's actually jumping on me, and there's actually more in there about to jump on me as well.
And they eventually get on you.
Yeah, they were on me. They were on me in my shirt, biting my chest, which I have additional photos of.
Yeah, you did submit some of those to the court.
I actually have them right here if you need to see them, Your Honor.
Matt, please get the photo.
I mean, there's other images in here that show the other injuries that I sustained during the process.
So what are we looking at here?
This right here is basically some of the claw marks that were on my arm. If you go to the next one, you'll look at some of the bite marks on my chest.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
What would you estimate? How many rats were on you?
Probably about at least a good 8 or 9.
Oh, man. Okay. So, Mr. and Mrs. Carter, this is a bad deal, right?
Absolutely.
This isn't something you wanted for him.
Absolutely not.
But it was on your property.
We had no idea about rats up in the tree.
Well, you believe it's his fault.
Oh, absolutely it's his fault.